Secret desk, more secrets.
I'm walking ramp. Are you guys going downstairs? Or?
Heaven.
One was secret, one's heaven. Secret and heaven, last two.
Okay. I'm hell, so if you can make it in here, we got lower.
Last was hell. I mean, fucking last was secret.
किधर हो रहा है ये सब चीजें?
हिट रेट तूने ब्लैक अमाउंट कितने में ली ब्रो?
अरे मैंने ली नहीं रे, मेरा दोस्त ट्रेडर है। ब्लैक मूव क्या है? हाँ,
I just want to let you guys know, I think there's a homeless guy outside. He said if I get...
Can you suck it while he's on the toilet?
Hey, safety brief on not making out with your battle buddies. As it says on the board, don't make out with your battle buddy or any battle buddy. Seriously, do not look for loopholes either. This is where my standing station. No, that was the whole thing. Yeah, right there. Yes, psychological part. So the screaming and the whole thing is typical, but you can't back away right now.
Right.
Okay, if you back away, you only hurt his psychological understanding.
Mm-hmm.
So we taking advantage of the brain going through this, and we got to stay there until the brain relaxes. This is a bite. You can't get out until we move.
Exactly.
That's part of the ritual. Like I say, I'm not. Hey, there we go. He knows now that even if he uses his mouth, it's not gonna. My 63. 63. You know what that means, right? 63. So.
हेटरेट कहाँ से हो आप? हाँ, इंडिया में। मुंबई किधर से? नवी मुंबई? सही है। 30 साल, 30 साल, 30 साल का बूढ़ा हो गया तब भी ये सब चिंदी बातें छोड़ता नहीं है। मुंह में भी ले ले उसका। तू रंडी छेनु पूछे, बट तू रंडी तू छे रंडी।
नेचुरली तो ऐसा ही
हाँ गया मैच।
मैं तो ऐसे ही बोल रहा था।
अरे
कर लो ऐसा और
अभी
कुछ
क्या था, वेरीफायर हट गया वापस।
नहीं। आ जाएगा।
वापस करने पड़े, रुको।
नहीं नहीं अच्छा ऐसा कुछ नहीं है पर कर लो आराम
इस सामने वाले सब लेजिट ही लग रहे हैं। लेजिट ही लग रहे हैं सब। ऐसा क्या बकवास लग रहा है। इसका 30 मैच है बाकी। मेरे को आता है, मैं भी सीख ही रहा था वो। मेरे को आता है, मैंने अभी सीखा है एक। पर मैं एक दो दो सीखे, मैंने दो सीखे हैं, आई नो। पर दो सीखे मैंने, पर अभी तक मैं टेस्ट नहीं करूंगा मैच के अंदर। इं, इंडियन। इंडियन है। अरे मतलब हाँ, देसी है ना, देसी है ना मतलब। Yes, sir. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? एंड में बोलेगा माल. तेरे को बड़ा तेरे को बड़ा. हाँ. अंडर में रहना पसंद है उसको. एक मिनट. जा रहा हूँ मैं वही करने जा रहा था सोच रहा था. ए भी. हम्म, तेरे को ही एक्सपेक्टेड कर रहा हूँ मैं देखता. मैं पे मैं पे तो सब चढ़ ही गया. आह, कनेक्टर. कनेक्टर का कौन क्या? राइट साइड है. कौन इन लो है? 1 HP. हाँ. आ, एक 90 था एक 90 था एक 35. नेस्टर. तू किधर जा रहा है कबीर? कैट जा रहा? अच्छा जा. मैं फ्लैश फेंक रहा तेरे लिए. एक और दो. दो और भी. बॉम्बर भी बॉम्ब था. एक और M4 थी ऊपर चढ़ी हुई. एक 50 HP लो है। 50 या 20 तो है, एक को लगी है। अरे स्मॉली वाली कुछ नहीं था रे। हाँ ये मरा। 50 था। हम्म, पहले ही बोलिए थैंक्स बड़ी। मॉली कर रहा मैं। मैं what the fuck? मेरे को तो कुछ भी मारा बे। मैं खेल लेता हूँ, मैं खेल लेता हूँ। सेव कर रहे कि सेव कर रहे ना? हाँ हाँ, करते हैं ना सेव। तो बाद में यूटिल नहीं रहेगा 2-3 राउंड तक तो और। हम्म, मैं कनेक्टर से आ रहा हूँ। एमएन देखना राची। एमएन एक एमएन। राइट साइड था, राइट साइड है। क्या फ्लैश फेंक रहे हैं। आ गया आ गया आ गया, होल्ड ऑन। लेंटी एंटी। नाइस शॉट। अच्छा। ओके ओके। किट बाय कर लो ना जिसके पास पैसा है थोड़ा। कौन खेले कबीर? बोला ना। ए अर्ली रोटेट कर लूं मैं? रुक जा, मैं आ रहा हूँ मैं आ रहा हूँ मैं आ रहा हूँ मैं आ रहा हूँ। मैं देखा ही नहीं बे, मैंने देखा ही नहीं, सिटी देखा ही नहीं, तूने बताया तब देखा मैं। आहा। इधर चिप हाँ हाँ उसका कॉमोफ्लाज से नहीं दिख रहा था चाहिए देखो ये क्या चाहिए किसको अम, आ गया मैं भी आ रहा हूँ मैं भी आ ही रहा हूँ मैं भी आ ही रहा हूँ नहीं मैं रहता हूँ बी पे ओके ओके fine। नहीं मेरे को लगा कि वो प्लांट करेगा ना प्लांट के लिए खेला ऑप्शन सॉरी सर अला डोफा छुप रही ना बहुत हाँ पर मेरे को ऐसा लगा हाँ मेरे को ऐसा लगा मैं मैं बी देख रहा हूँ पूरा मतलब कैट नहीं देख पा रहा बी 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 हम्म 93 था बे दूसरा वाला भी हाँ पता है हम्म, मैं मिड फ्लैश कर रहा था ले लेता मैं मॉली कर रहा ओके मैं छोड़ नाइस नाइस नहीं रुक 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 एक और अंडर 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 एक अंडर या बीएफ्स अंडर या बीएफ्स अंडर स्मोक कर रहा मैं अंडर आया दो अंडर है एप्स आ रहा है वापस आ रहा है नहीं शायद आ रहे हैं दो एक की तो आवाज आ रही है एक शायद एप्स आ रहा है ओके तू क्या देख रहा है तू मेरा टॉप मिड देख मैं अंडर देख रहा फिर तेरा ए जंगल आ रहा अच्छा मारा हमारा ठीक है मैं क्यों बोला मारा मैं इधर था हम्म, हाँ वही 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 बोलने वाला था हाँ ओके जा कैट जा रहा ना नहीं जा यस सर ओके नहीं अभी तो कोई दिखा नहीं मेरे को फ्लैट। हाँ कोई नहीं कोई। मैं ड्रॉप दे सकता सोचो। लिया। मैं कैट जा रहा हूँ मैं कैट जा रहा हूँ। बी ए एग्जीक्यूट हो सकता है क्या यार। साइलेंट नेट नेट तो फेंक एक अंदर नेट फेंक। कोई नहीं। हाँ शायद हाँ। मामा लिए गोएलो। हाँ पिंक स्पाइक हो रहा। अटे पास। एक अंडर था। आउट। गेम लैग हो रहा शायद। पिंक पिंक स्पाइक हो रहा। बस हिताची का एंट्री है दो। कैट डिंक्ड रुका क्यों। सिटी क्या। अरे इताची रुका क्यों एप्स में? ठीक ठीक, कोई नहीं कोई नहीं कोई नहीं। डिफॉल्ट मरा पैलेस थिंग। मैं दो एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया था मैंने। एक टाइम आउट का ना। टाइम एक। Did you do 128? No, not really. Yep. आ गया। एक मॉली दे ना। मॉली। इताची। इताची। मैं मॉली कर रहा हूँ कनेक्टर। मिड। बैट स्मोक। लेडर। I shot. Nice, boys. ओए। नहीं, it's fine. मैं उसी मॉली है मेरे पास, ठीक है। ओके। माँ की। लैडर। जंगल सिटी। लास्ट सिटी या जंगल आउट। बोल रहा हूँ, कबीर। हम्म। नहीं, तू लेफ्ट चले गया इसके लिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ। थैंक यू। कनेक्टर। कनेक्टर जला। कैट है। कैट। नाइस स्मोक फेड। जाओ। मार्केट है एक। एक मार्केट है, एक मार्केट है। मैं कैट जा रहा हूँ। हाँ मैं हूँ। ऐसा। ये बा कैरेक्टर स्मोक कर रहा डी इनसाइड। गो 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 पुश पुश। मार्केट मॉली कर रहा हूँ मैं। मिड पुश। आओ ना साथ में ना। अरे मैं लेट हो गया था बहुत। सिटी सिटी। हेलो मेरा गेम क्रैश हो गया। मेरा गेम क्रैश हो गया फक। गेम क्रैश हो गया मेरा। रुक जा गेम क्रैश हो गया फक 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 फक। अरे हाँ तू फाइट ले लेता इताची पीछे क्यों घुसा एक ही बंदा था मार लेता मैं।
मैं फुल ब्लाइंड सारे जब मॉली पे करा था।
ओके। हाँ हाँ मेरा गेम क्रैश हो गया आ गया मैं। आ गया मैं। बैड स्मोक नेस्ट। मैंने रीस्मोक किया। जाना जाना जाना। हाँ जा, जा, जा। बैक साइड लो मर गया। निंजा क्या। नाइस। तो कैट प्लांट क्यों दे रहा। मार्केट आउट। Mark it out. Sight. Nice Itachi. नहीं मैंने मार दिया। मैंने उसने मार दिया, इताची ने मार दिया। इताची ने मार दिया मेरा वाला तो। हाँ। नहीं ये नहीं मर गया, इताची वाला मर गया। यस सर। अटका मत। अंडरपास। अंडरपास कैसे कूदा बे? मैं नहीं खेल रहा। हेलो। अरे मैं खुद चले जाता इसकी मेहनत को।
बहुत बोलते हैं कि मुंह में ले ले ऐसा।
Oh, जब
We believe in a future where every person has the opportunity not just to get by, but to get ahead. Building up the middle class will be a defining goal of my presidency.
Subway did what?
20% off any sub, any size. That's a screaming good deal.
So you've just bought all of the parts for your brand new gaming PC build, but now you're wondering how to put it all together. Well, in this video, in under 15 minutes, I'm going to be showing you how to do the whole thing step by step, from start right through to finish. I'll be covering off all you need to know for both AMD and Intel CPU configs, common mistakes to avoid along the way, and even how to install a liquid cooler in your new gaming PC build, so that no matter how complex your part selection, you should be able to get your new build assembled in no time. Let's do this. The Asus ROG Swift PG49 WCD is an insane 49-inch super ultra-wide panel that packs a punch. With a vibrant QD OLED display, 0.03 millisecond response time and 144Hz refresh rate, this thing is crazy. The 1000 nits peak brightness, backed up with a custom heatsink design and improved airflow, keeps the panel bright and prevents burn-in, while a built-in KVM and 90 watts of USB-C power delivery makes this a great monitor for a multitude of applications. Learn more at the first links in the description below. It's worth noting that any gaming PC build you assemble should have at least 8 core components to make it up. And while I won't go into too much detail to the parts I'm using today, they should be pretty representative of the kind of build you guys will assemble. There's a few different orders in which you can build a gaming PC, and no order is really right or wrong. But my system always starts with the smaller components first. That includes the motherboard, both types of memory, and the processor. I'm going for an Intel-based config for this build, but I'll explain how it differs as we go. So if you've got an AMD chip, don't need to tune off, we're going to cover that too. Now, first things first, let's look at the motherboard. And specifically, we're going to take it out of the box. Your motherboard might be packaged in an anti-static bag. If it is, it should look a little something like this. Remove it. We don't need that. If you end up returning or selling the motherboard, it can be handy to have to hand, so don't necessarily bin it, but take the motherboard out and place it on top of the motherboard box. The CPU installation is actually probably the most risky part of any gaming PC build. So getting this right early on is a nice little win to carry us through to the rest of the build. Now you'll see here I've opened up the CPU socket. Let me just show you again exactly how that happens. So we're going to push this arm down and outwards, lift the arm up, then release the socket. Doing things in that order is super important as it assures that we're going to get a good result. I'm going to install a top of the range Intel 14th Gen Core i9 in this build, but honestly the process is the same for all Intel chips. Drop the CPU in. Now what you might notice once this is in is that the text is reading upright if you look at the motherboard, and there's an arrow in the bottom left hand corner of the chip. That arrow corresponds with this arrow on the socket cover. So if you line up those golden arrows, that's how to do it. Make sure the arm's moved out of the way. There we are. Drop the socket cover back into place. Ignore the black plastic for now. Push a little bit with your finger. That will pop the black plastic off, and just make sure that the socket cover's not too stuck, that it's nice and loose and ready to be secured down. Then push the arm into place. That's the CPU. AMD processors are very similar. Simply line up the triangle on your AMD CPU with the triangle on the motherboard, lift up the CPU socket, drop the chip in, and secure the socket back into place. Next up is the RAM or the memory, and for this we're going to move ourselves to the right hand side of the motherboard and look for these long RAM DIMM slots. Now if you look carefully, what you'll notice is that there's a notch on each of these slots. This notch looks like it's in the middle, but don't be deceived, it is not. The notch is actually slightly off center. Normally for a dual channel config, aka 2 RAM DIMMs, you want to use the second and the fourth slots. Technically this is slots 0, 1, 2 and 3, so we're using slots 1 and slots 3, but as you look at it, it's the second and fourth slots from the CPU. For this build, I'm going to be using this thermal tape kit of memory, but all DDR5 is broadly similar, and it's all basically going to look the same. If you take a look at the memory, what you'll then find is a notch on the RAM itself, and it doesn't take a genius to work out that we need to match this notch up with the notch on the RAM DIMM slot. So take your memory, push back the clips on the RAM DIMM slot, and slide the RAM in. With the notches aligned, slide the RAM into place, and you'll see there it's seated pretty well. Thumb on each side, push it down. The clips, which we've then pulled back on the slot, are going to snap into place and secure the RAM down. Repeat this for your second DIMM of memory. and we're good to go. Now, you can be careful at this stage, but to check it's in, you can give the board a bit of a tug by the memory. I know people in the comments are going to freak out. James, what are you doing? A little bit of a pull just to make sure it's seated isn't going to do any damage. Now, once that's been done, I'm next going to move on to the M.2 SSD. There's 3 different types of storage really that you can employ in a build. The first is an M.2 drive. That's what we'll be going for, a super small sort of PCIe based solution. The second would be a SATA hard drive, which you'll plug into one of the SATA connections on the motherboard. And the third is a SATA SSD. But to be honest with you, in 2023, 2024 and beyond, you'll want a PCIe based solution for good speeds. It's just a better solution all around. The next step is to then remove these 2 screws that hold down this M.2 heatsink. This is where we're going to be installing the M.2 drive into. You might notice on the board as well, there are a couple of extra slots which we can use if we're adding further drives in the future. Handily, this Asus TUF Gaming motherboard actually has a toolless M.2 installation, which means we slide it into the slot, push it down, and then add this plastic clip into place. That's when this M.2 heat shield returns into place, but you do need to remove the plastic film on the thermal pad. It's then a case of returning this shield into place. This is just going to help to keep the M.2 drive nice and cool, as these Gen 4 and especially more recent Gen 5 drives can run pretty hot. The thermal pad is a bit sticky, so just be careful. Couple of screws, you haven't got to over tighten these, just tight enough that it gets the shield on without too many problems. Once the motherboard, CPU, SSD and memory is all installed, the next thing to look at is the cooler. Now, if I'm being honest with you, this is the part of the tutorial that's going to vary the most on a case-by-case basis, but I'll do my best to cover off the installation methods for various different types of coolers. A liquid cooler is the main type of cooler you'll see in a high-end build. Basically, what it does is has a pump and a radiator filled with liquid, and it uses this liquid to facilitate the efficient transfer of heat away from the processor and into a radiator in which it can be cooled. The major advantage of this is that it moves all the heat away from the CPU itself, allowing that heat to be processed in the largest possible surface area, which, as we all know, if we did basic physics at school, more surface area is always better. The disadvantage of surface area is that it obviously takes up space. It's quite space consuming. So if you're going for a small form factor build, this might not be a viable option. They're also expensive comparative to cheaper air coolers, so it might be budget prohibitive for your system. What I'm about to say might be the worst piece of tutorial advice ever. The instruction manual here is your best friend, as coolers are the one part that vary the most. There are, however, a few common denominators with all types of coolers which we can discuss to make your life a bit easier. Every single cooler that you use is going to leverage a backplate. Now, a backplate looks a little something like this, but I'll also pop some shots on screen of various other types of backplates that you might come across. The reason these backplates exist is that motherboards, generally speaking, aren't strong enough to support the weights of coolers themselves, especially large tower air coolers. One exception is AMD's AM5 lineup, which have a built-in backplate in many instances, and you'll often find your cooler leveraging this instead of their own solution, such as this. Now, with this being an Intel-based config, our board doesn't have a big enough backplate. It only has this bit of metal here, which protects the CPU socket. So we're going to pop the backplate through the 4 holes around the socket like so, before laying the motherboard back on the table. Now, what you'll be able to see here is 4 posts poking through the motherboard. They're the posts from the backplate. As a general rule of thumb, this is what we're then going to install the CPU cooler onto. And these almost provide the foundations, if you will, for the cooler to secure into place. Some coolers at this stage will then add a plate which you mount the cooler on. Some you'll just put the cooler straight on top and secure it down with some thumb screws. I always recommend starting the CPU cooler installation now, as once we're in the case, it gets a bit more complicated and fiddly to access. Not all cases provide a cutout on the motherboard tray for access to the backplate area either, which is definitely something to bear in mind. This cooler actually requires the installation of these plastic stoppers around each of the backplate posts, so I'm going to add these on now, and once they're on, there isn't a great deal we can do until the case gets involved, as I mentioned. That then rounds off what we now call the completed motherboard assembly. And this is basically all the fundamental bits and bobs we need to build a PC. The CPU might overheat without a cooler, and of course nothing's got any power, but you'd be surprised just how much computing horsepower is in that tiny little package. Now this is actually a brand new case. This is Be Quiet's brand new Dartbase 701, and
Kraken Client Support is here to answer all your questions.
Tetris.
Oh god, Doc is doing it again, bro. Nah, man.
Let's move.
Hello, Blue! Blue! Peek him! Temporary! He's out! Sandwich! Sandwich!
What a surprise. Guns for $1 yet again. Inventory.
What are you playing against?
Curious.
Anal?
Anal. Really? I'll top corner, I'll flash over and we run it down A. Flashing?
Throwing flashbang.
Go push. West side jungle. Con one.
Window, window.
Where smoke, top con, what
Oh
the
my
fuck?
god. That was very
Dog
easy.
waiter.
Trader.
Stop smoke this fucking top con. It's not good,
If
bro.
I hear you talking one more time, say one more word. One more I'm leaving.
Loba, drop, please.
One more word. Come on, say it. I'm gonna leave.
Mule window.
Guys, let's go. Let's go in. Fuck.
CT up. Of course it's me.
One more. Last is from HP. No,
Very nice.
Excellent, blitz.
You need to understand that every game I play on Faceit, I carry top. Every game.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
will face A. Go contact B.
Maybe. One beeps. One was push beeps.
Throwing flashbang.
I hold kitchen.
Edward.
Main kitchen.
Car. Backside. Two backside. Bench and backside.
Low. Close.